On today's episode, I talk about why it's super important to know who your ideal customer is before you embark on a social media campaign. Welcome back to Weekly Q&A, episode number 26. In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be at Xerocon South in Australia, presenting on the power of social media. And in 1 hour, there is no way I can cover everything that you need to know about the power of social media. So I'm getting a bit of a head start in terms of what you actually need to do and what you need to know before you embark on any social media campaigns whatsoever. And the first thing that you need to have nailed is defining your ideal customer. At the end of the day, if you don't know exactly the type of person that you are trying to attract in your business, it's going to be exceptionally difficult to work out what content you want to post on social media, what maybe Facebook advertising that you're going to do, because you have no idea who you're trying to attract. Therefore, you have no idea where to spend any advertising dollars, what to post, what platforms to go on, or any of those other bits and pieces. So defining your ideal client is not only exceptionally important from a social media perspective, but it's really important from an entire business standpoint. And what do I mean by define your ideal client? It's literally as much detail as possible. It's building out the persona of the actual ideal person who is going to be a client in your business. And you may want to start this by industry. So you may turn around and say, okay, we love dealing with tradespeople, or we absolutely love dealing with engineers. Whatever it is, it's fantastic to know who your ideal client is from an industry perspective, because then you can start to generate a whole host of content from a social media standpoint that is really targeted towards that industry, that is going to provide value to the people on the other end, because all of that content is targeted to them. Now, yes, you don't just have to have one industry type that you're dealing with, but it is really important that you start there to define that ideal client as an industry type. And then you want to look at the type of person that there is. Do you want to be dealing with the micro freelancer business, or do you want to be dealing with someone who's on a huge growth trajectory? Do you want to deal with someone who's coming to the exit of their business and may need a whole host of other services than what that freelancer and micro business might want at the same time? How old are these people? Where might they be located? Location is always a fantastic one, because if you're going to do any targeting, where are you going to target it? Do you want a geographic location of within 20 kilometres of where you are? Do you want a geographic location of Australia or the world? And the more you can define this ideal client, the easier it is going to be for you to target absolutely everything from a social media standpoint. So part one of the power of social media is you really have to know who your ideal client is. And yes, you can have a couple, but you must know as many characteristics as you possibly can. Next week, I'll be exploring the services that you might like to offer, and then the week after at Xerocon, I'll be going through a lot of the how-to for the power of social media. So I hope to see you all there. Don't forget, as always, to press the subscribe button, and if you have any social media questions you would like me to cover, just ask.